Hi and welcome to today. I'm Amanda and I'm taking you on my 31 days of essential tools and supplies. My essential tools and supplies may be different from yours, but today we're going to be playing with. So let's get started. Okay, welcome to today. You know what these are? Well, should do. These are Inktense pencils and a couple of graphite pencils snuck in there. Graphite tint. Ooh, okay. Excuse me. Welcome to today. I wanted to share with you another essential for me, and it's my Inktense pencils. I started off with a 12 pencil set. My sister brought it for me for my it was a Christmas present, and she doesn't know how she unlocked a desire to have more. Inktense pencils have a really high pigment, very highly pigmented, and they're brilliant, absolutely brilliant. You get a really lovely vibrancy from them. So, and again, another way of sparking your creativity and thinking about creative play is to play with your supplies. So whether you wanted to do, like I've got them just in a container like this, sitting by my wall, just handy. But you might be one of those people that want to separate the colours, have them colour coded, have different, because this is now, as I say, I had a 12 set, but then I went out and brought 72 sets, so I do have some duplicates. But it was just like, when I saw it on Amazon, I thought, I've got to have it. I had to. It was just like this impulse that I had to have these Inktense pencils and all of the variety of colours that were there. And this is just, I'm just collecting the shades of green. So that might be something that's Payne's Grey, Indian ink. So that might be something that you find therapeutic, ordering your supplies. But in doing that, that's like creative play. That is part of creative play. Making, now that looks, why does that look green? But it's mustard. Anyway, we'll take that in the pile. I just wanted to show you something. Green aquamarine. So we've got some amazing names and shades here. And again, as an artist, I guess there is, realistically, are you going to use all these shades? I mean, but it does come in handy. This is, you know, as I said, I've had these for about 10 years. And look at the size of them. I think the ones that are the shortest, I did that one day, I looked at the ones that were the shortest, they're the ones that I use most. If we put them in line, the ones I use most were, I guess, from the original set, but they're things like the Indian ink. This one is the bark, it's just a browny colour. I use these quite a bit, so these are the blues, the iris blue and the dark aquamarine. So there are my favourites, and yellow. The primary colours, I guess, are the ones that, let me look in the green, see which is the lowest. So we've got, that's yellow, so I would use yellow a lot. So the blues and the greens, the reds, the primary colours are the ones that I would use the most. But again, if I'm just playing in my journal, I would, sorry, it's like making loads of noise here. I would just pick up the first colour that came to me. Oh, sorry. Okay, let's put them back. A lot of noise here. I wanted this to be like one of those videos that helps you, are soothing as well. But okay, so one of the things, and I will get again the trusty journal, and this has been just gessoed with a thin layer of gesso. So all I'm going to do is, one of the things that I do with my colours, again in terms of creating a background, I don't set out to create a background, I set out to play, and in the process I'm creating a background. So if you think about all of these different greens I've got here, and this is one of the things I would do. So you can do this with watercolor, any colour, any type of pencil, water soluble, and this is a lovely way to create a background. But just spend time, just, if you don't know what to do, do something. It's a great way to unwind. I used to find doing, I've got a journal called, it's a John Lewis catalogue that I created into a journal, but I call it my John Lewis journal. And when I used to look after my mum, there wasn't any time to bring loads of supplies, so I'd bring the basic, and I prepared the pages of the journal. That was one activity, just having 2 colours and gesso, and when I got 5 minutes piece, not 5 minutes piece, but 5 minutes to myself, I would just let me put that there, I would just put some gesso and add some colour. And as I say, just 2 colours. I want to see this mustard. Oh, it is brown, but it looks green. It's really weird. You can see that it looks green, but this is how it comes out. So that was a quick activity, and then what I would do, oh, did I miss one? Then what I would do is get my brush. I'm going to get this, in one of the videos you would have seen a brush like this. This is a makeup brush, but I like the way that you can paint with it. So I would then just run water and the brush over the colours, and you know, there's nothing pre-planned, nothing like, so it holds a lot of water, this brush. I mean, I can go back and blend it a bit more, or just try and get the colours smoothed out a bit more. But as you can see, they're holding each of their own space, even though I've not put water on my brush to wash it out. So look, and in such a short space of time, let's go closer. Let's go closer. Look, in such a short space of time, you've created a background, or the makings of one, and hopefully you would have found that soothing. You know, you can obviously, I was just doing it quickly now, but you can take your time. And again, gesso. I would bring in the gesso because I can, and I would put maybe a thin layer, because look at what that does. It just creates another kind of feel. You might want to do some journaling on there, or you might want to add some additional paint, or you might just want to leave it like that. you might want to find a figure in there and draw a picture. So the Inktense pencils are the business. So anything left over I would take to a page that's in the making and just get rid of it on the page. Yeah, so look at that. The other thing that I want to show you this as well. The other thing that gesso works really well on, and again it's all about creative play, is, let's find, I did a I started some painting on there. Right, so all I'm going to do, let's get some, I'm just going to pick 3 colours from the gesso, okay, from the Inktense. So once you've gessoed the page, Inktense will, you can paint on here. Now you can either rub it on like that, and I'm going to wet it and we'll see. See, it's quite bright. Yeah? So the coverage is quite good, it's quite bright. Let's go in, there you go. Or you can, let's get a different colour, blue. Or what you can do is wet the nib of the Inktense and go in like that, or wet the brush and wet the nib like that and then paint it on. You find that, and then when you add the gesso, look at that. It's a nice blue. Let me just put some more here down the side because I want to kind of work this into the page. I really do love this colour. It's one of my favourite colours. So what I'm working on now is wet gesso. So it hasn't yet dried, and this is fabric, and look at the colour. Let's go in with some yellow here. It's well worn yellow, but I'm going to come here. I need more of a point on here. I need to sharpen that. Okay, let's get one that's already sharpened. So I'm just going to smooth it. Get the pencil, and then you know you can add colour on there like that, and then I would just go back in there with the gesso and go over it and spread it around. So I've got a pale colour. The gesso kind of blocks out the black in the black of the trousers, but what it allows me to do is using my pencils, I can create shading and colour. I can add colour to the black. Where could I do it before? Let's see. Why not? Let's have a little look, shall we? Yeah, it does go directly on quite well, no problem. But again, when the gesso stops it from the water seeping right through. With the gesso, you're given a layer. You get a layer of, just trying to find the page now. You get a layer of it provides a layer, a protective layer for the fabric, and it doesn't go through. I guess it depends on how thick you put it on. But I didn't put these on thick in terms of the gesso. I just added, like as I said, I just added a very light layer and it dries. But just getting my brush now and smoothing some of it over. But then the colour combinations are really nice. So this is again something that you can work on, and if you wanted to add stitching and sewing and things like that, you could as well. So they're very versatile. So not gesso. We know that gesso is on my list of essentials, but Inktense pencils, if you haven't used them, I highly recommend it. I think you can go to a shop and just buy one or two, so buy the primary colours and just work with that, or you can on Amazon get sets of 12, and I'm not sure whether they do 6, but you can play with them and experiment. But if you do mixed media, I think it's definitely a great idea to have these in your supplies. So thank you for watching. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. I'll leave some links to some products below, and you can have a look and check them out if you want. I just love my Inktense pencils, and as I say, what you want and what I hope to share with you is products. They last, they're not going to go off. You can use them like acrylics in the way that the different ways that I've shown you, like with the brush on the nib, or soak them in water, or you can use them as a watercolor by scraping some of the color into something. The other thing I sometimes do is I get myself a surface like this, a plastic, this is just a plastic from clothing, and I've used it for paint. And sometimes what I will do is add the Inktense to this and use it like watercolor. So I can then blend. Let's get the book again. I can maybe blend, or I can use a color as I want. If it dries, it doesn't matter, because it's activated by water. When it goes on fabric, it's permanent. Look at that. Okay, so wasn't going to go on, but yeah, so you can add it to a surface and then use it in that way, and it's really great. And we don't want to waste any, so put the rest back there. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for taking the time to find out another one of my essentials in my studio, my Inktense pencils, and I shall look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Take care for now. Bye.